Hey, it's funny because this is my second time starting this video. I was in for like maybe a few minutes before I realized I wasn't recording, that I had originally hit it by accident. So when I went to hit the button, it actually stopped recording. But yeah, I was having a whole sneeze attack and I was going to leave it in there, but I guess I wasn't meant to. But yeah, I was saying that felt significant. And oh, I'm Mark, by the way. It's your boy. Hey, Amani family. I've missed y'all and I'm excited, so excited for today. Yeah, but I was having a whole sneeze attack, like a bunch of sneezes. And I was like, I'm just going to leave it because it feels like that's the energy of today as well. Because it just feels like there's a big emphasis on releasing. You know, today's the full moon, which also, yeah, today's the full moon, but it's also the first day of May. So it's the first day of the 5th month. And I feel like that interplay between beginnings and endings is very, very loud and important. Just being full moons and culminations and releasing and all that. And in my own life, today feels like, even beyond all that, today has felt like a series finale. And I was just journaling and I actually wrote about that. And I thought that was interesting because not season finale, you know, but like series, like the show is ending. And it feels like, you know, the show I've been on for a couple of decades now is coming to a conclusion. And it's like, it feels like that feeling of looking around the set and like slowly, or not slowly, but quietly knowing that, you know, things are done, you know, but things will not be the same very soon, you know, like just that knowing that, you know, this is the end. And that's exactly what it feels like. And I feel like that's very, very big and significant. And I already said all this, so it's kind of like I'm trying to, the flow isn't as smooth and natural as it was before because I've already said all this, you know. So it's like I'm trying to re-express what I've already expressed. But yeah, that being said, that's the season for the sea. That's the full moon side of things. But then there's also the today being the day 1 of the 5th month, that interplay between the 1 and 5. And 5s are big on the journey, changes, adventure. I'm also a life path 5. So that number also speaks to me always. And it always spoke to me long before I even realized that was my life path number. Like, I don't know if you know about fraternities, but 5 was also my line number. At one point, it was my jersey number in sports. And it's like 5 has always been there, and I learned it was my life path. I'm like, oh, wow, of course. Like, it's always been right there. But that being said, 5s are big on change, journeys. There was another one, but I literally had it and it escaped me. But yeah, and today being the first day, it feels like the beginning of change, you know, the very first step, the very first seeds of change, the very first the very first fruits and inkling and physical evidence of change, it feels like. So it feels like that interplay between endings and beginnings is very loud today, even though there's always interplay, you know, because as things end, the beginning starts right off the back of the ending, you know. It's a back and forth, you know. After a beginning comes an ending, after an ending comes a beginning, and they come together most of the time. So I feel like that's very, very loud today. And it's funny because today, my girlfriend and I were talking, you know, we were talking about the full moon, and she was preparing to get dressed and like go shower and things like that. And she asked, she was like, oh, what color gives release? And I was like, the first thing that came to mind was blue, you know, because water, you know, the flow of things and letting things flow. But then right after that came red. And that was also because of just, you know, menstruation and like periods and how that's the body releasing and shedding and all that as well. So those two came to mind. And yeah, she decided to go with red as far as her color for today. And yeah, I was wearing red shorts as well, and I didn't even realize until she pointed it out. And yeah, and that interplay between, you know, for her it was a red shirt, and that interplay at top and bottom was also there. And yeah, so I went ahead and showered and stuff like that. I was cooking at the time. And after that, I haven't even eaten yet. I was like, I'm going to shower, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go eat. But, so yeah, I was getting dressed, and I'm like, I kind of want to stick to the theme of red. I kind of want to capture that and continue on with it. So I went and put on this shirt, which is fairly new. Yeah, and then for me, it was like, okay, it's a 15. It's like, this is, for me, it's like, oh, this is my knowledge power shirt. Because if you're familiar with divine, or not divine, but hey, divine too, but supreme mathematics, one in supreme mathematics is knowledge, and 5 is power or refinement. So for me, this is my knowledge power shirt. It's like for me, well, I'm not gonna get too much into the mathematics, but for me, it's like right now at least, it's like the knowledge. With knowledge comes power, especially at the point where you understand it to be knowledge and you're willing to express it and to navigate it and bring that power forth. And that feels very significant. But then I thought about it, I'm like, oh wow, like today is May 1st, 5-1. So there's also the reflection energy here. Today is power knowledge. But in the shirt, it's knowledge power. And that felt very nice to me. And this was after I had already put it on and everything. So I don't know, there's just a lot of reflection energy. There's a lot of interplay between things that seem separate and that seem not interconnected, when everything is interconnected and it's all one. And yeah, all that being said, today feels like a very, very big day, and I'm very honored to bring this offering to you. And by now, I'm sure you've read the title, which is why you're here. We're gonna make some affirmations, and I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah, and I feel like today's the perfect day, not just the full moon, but like I said, the beginning, the energies, and just everything. Like I wasn't even thinking like, all right, today's all this day, what can I do? It was kind of just like today I was like, I want to make affirmations. And then I was seeing, as I knew I wanted to do that with you all, I was seeing the interplay between how significant everything else around it is, and it just feels like all roads lead here and all roads have led here. So I'm excited. Hopefully that wasn't too all over the place or hard to follow. I definitely am excited, man, and I'm ready more than anything, not just for this, but just for whatever show comes next. And I know it's going to be a great one, and I'm excited for you as well. If you've been experiencing similar things in your experience, I'd love to hear about it if you care to share, and if not, that's okay too. But without further ado, it's your boy Mark. This is Amani. If this is your first time here, hey, I was gonna say I hope, but I know this was a hell of an introduction, and if you're still here, then we're on the road to being besties if we're not already. So I love you, and I'm excited, man. I'm just really excited. But for these affirmations, hey, it's kind of your world. For me, I'm gonna write, and then what I would suggest to do is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write my affirmations, and I'll get more into depth about how to do it and the structure and what's best practices. I put the inside of my cheek. But I'm gonna write mine, and when I get off of here, I'm going to record them on my phone, because I'm recording this video on my phone. So I would do it all on camera, but just don't have the facilities for that right now. So I'm gonna write them out, and then I'm going to go into my phone, my voice memos, press record, put the phone to my ear like I'm having a conversation, which is the best way to record on your phone, by the way, because that's how your phone is made to record. I know that there's the big thing about the radio waves in your brain and stuff like that. And yeah, but people use AirPods and have the Bluetooth. I won't even get into all the politics and all the logistics of things, but I'll just say what I'm saying. I'm going to put it to my phone, put it to my ear. I was gonna say I need to calm down, but I don't. I'm sure my energy is exactly the energy that's needed for today. But I'm gonna put it to my ear, and I'm gonna read my affirmations. Not just read them, but state them and feel into them, like as if I'm talking to myself, because I am talking to myself, because I'm going to be listening to these later. Treat it like you're leaving yourself a voicemail if you have to. If you really need to psych yourself up into getting into it, hey, do it like you're leaving a voicemail. Like, hey, I am amazing. I am, like you're really telling yourself this, and that you're going to listen to it later. And I'm going to record it, and I'm going to go through rounds a few times, because for me, I want it to be something I can listen to, I can meditate on, I can listen to before sleep, or, to get myself ready to sleep, or something, something that's not just too quick, like I just do one round and the final product is like a minute or anything like that. I kind of want it to be 20 minutes, even 30 if I can make it that long, and stay present enough with it, make it that long. I would love that. So I'm going to go through enough times, and I know, I feel like, yes, I could do it one time and then just kind of drop it into a software or something and kind of, like duplicate it until it's long enough. But nah, I feel I really want to actually, go through it over and over again, because I feel like it'll progress. In the beginning, it'll be nice, it'll be cool, but as I continue to do it, I'll feel into it more. I'll feel it more. The energy will build, and I feel like that will mirror my listening process as well. As I'm hearing it a few times, and then the energy will build as I'm listening to, and then by the end, I'll be charged up, or I'll be very present and connected to who I am, what I'm here for, and all that, whatever the affirmations carry, because I don't entirely know what I'm gonna write yet. But yeah, so I'm gonna do it and go through as many times until it feels right. And I would suggest you do the same thing. Really feel into it each time you say it. Really say it like you're telling it to yourself, like you really mean it and you really believe it, because that's the energy that you're capturing into it. And that's what's most important anyway. The words are just words, but like, it's the energy that's actually communicating to your soul, to yourself, to your subconscious, more than the words are themselves. So yeah, but like I said, that's your choice. If you don't want to do the audio message, then I would suggest, and a couple other things I could think of is like getting slips of paper and writing them, so you could pull them, and it might get a timely one. Or if you need an affirmation, you just kind of pull it out a bowl or something and look at it, and okay, like that's your affirmation for the day, or something like that. Or if you just want to write them, hey, you just write them as many times as you want until it feels right, and just reflect on them from time to time if you want to, or anything like that. But yeah, I would definitely suggest, at the very least, the making the affirmation bowl, which, not to keep bringing her up, but it's something my girlfriend did, and that's really dope to me. So that's a good idea. But hey, I would definitely challenge you to take the extra step and to go and record them for yourself, and allow it to be something you can listen to as you do things. You can listen to it on the drive, you can listen to it as you work out, you can listen to it whenever. It becomes this piece of content, if you need it to be content, that's really for you, by you, that speaks directly to your soul, and in a voice and in a language you speak. So yeah, I would definitely challenge you to do that, because that's what I'm going to do. As soon as I turn this off, I'm going to go ahead and do my recordings, and then I'm going to go eat and begin my day one. So that being said, as far as the actual affirmations goes and writing them, the couple important things I'd say, or I am saying to you, is that keep them present tense. That's number one. So not I will, or one day, or anything like that. More so like I am, like you're doing it right now. I don't care if you're saying I'm a millionaire, like, or I will, if you want to say that you plan to be a millionaire, I am a millionaire right now, because you are. And anything you want to be, or anything you're trying to be, you already are. It's already within you, and you just have to pull it forth and be it. I was gonna say become, but you become by being. You just have to be it. And I'm thinking, I'm being drawn to, like, yeah, because anything you want to do, like, you're just learning to be it. You're learning to embody. If you want to be courageous, the only way to become courageous is to show courage. Because like, how do you don't read a bunch of books to become courageous? Because even if you had all the information, you still have to take that first step in action to actually, and the fear is still going to be there until you push past it. No matter how much you know, no matter how wise you become, that first step is still to be. And so yeah, so as you're doing these, really keep them present tense, and allow this to be the shift, and allow this to be the moment. In the writing, don't just wait till you get to the audio message to say like you believe it. Believe it as you're writing it. So that's the first thing, keep present tense. So if you're going to say something, I am, because keep them on self as well. So yeah, I am is probably going to be the one you continue to use throughout them all. And as I'm writing, if I end up finding other things, I'll come back and tell you and say something, but because I don't want to sit here and spend too much time just thinking. But the first thing, keep it present tense. And second thing, focus on what you are and what you want to embody, rather than what you are not and what you don't want to embody. Because the first thing that comes to mind is how there's that saying that's like, if you go and tell somebody, don't think of a pink elephant, what's the first thing they're going to do? Think of a pink elephant, right? So, and just like a baby, if you was telling them, oh, please don't run, like that's a lot of math for a toddler, an infant to do, to understand what you want from them, because like now, because it takes knowing what run means, it takes knowing what don't does to that sentence. So it's like, don't run. So it's like, all right, running is this. It's like, don't means like subtraction, subtract, like negative run, like don't run. But it's like, that's a lot of processing, when it's like you could just say what you want them to do. Instead of saying, please don't run, say, please walk. So it's like, walk, boom, instant. There's no math. You know what walk means? Walk. Like, but there's that extra step when you say don't run. It's like kind of counterintuitive. And so, and that's how we operate, like that's how the subconscious operates and all that. It doesn't recognize all those things. It doesn't recognize no and don't and the negative words that we're trying to use. It's like, so keep whatever you're writing positive. And that doesn't mean like, you get what it means. I don't need to over explain. But so for an example for that would be like, instead of saying, I am not afraid of failure, because now then that because you're being faced with, just off the pink elephant thing, now it's like you're being faced with that fear immediately because it's in the sentence. It's like you're recognizing, the first thing you recognize is the fear of failure when you read that. I'm not afraid of failure. Now the first thing your thought is fear of failure, but then you're like, okay, but I'm not that. Like, and so now it's like a subtraction, not a negative thing, like I just said. So now that you're thinking of the pink elephant instead of what you actually want to think of. So instead of that, it would be more so like, I am confident that I will succeed, or I am confident in my success. I'm confident in myself. Or even if you want to keep the failure in there, because there's nothing wrong with failure. Failure is a valuable part of any success. It's a stepping stone towards success. So it could also be, I am confident that failure, I'm doing this right now, so I'm trying to kind of do the math right now. I'm confident that failure leads to my success. Cool. But saying that I'm not afraid of failure puts you face to face with that fear immediately. And it's from there you retract from there and try to pull yourself back. But it's like, why put yourself there at all? I'm confident. The first thing before you even get to the rest is I am confident. So that already puts you in a vibration. I am confident. And then now you've repurposed what failure is now, because failure isn't a negative. So you can definitely keep that in there, and it would be fine. But hey, if you feel like that's going to lead you to that place, then don't use the failure. Just, I am confident in my success. I'm confident in my ability to succeed. There we go. That's a much better one. I'm confident in my ability to succeed. I'm confident that my success is inevitable, and even inevitable, I feel like that might be a negative word, because what does inevitable mean? Because in is like a subtraction. But yeah, see, this is not all pre-planned. We're working through this together. So I am confident that my success is guaranteed. There you go. You can say that. My success is guaranteed. So yeah, that's an alternative to I am not afraid of failure. So that's the two things I would say. Keep it present tense and focus on what you are and what you want to embody versus what you don't. So remember those two things as you write them, and your affirmations should be amazing, honestly. But yeah, I'm going to get started because I don't want this to run out of time before I even start writing, just on me giving instructions. So if more things come up as I'm writing, I'll let you know. But yeah, don't wait till I'm all done. You hear mine to do yours. At the very least, do yours. And then if you hear mine, then you can add to yours. But I definitely want you to pull some stuff out on your own. And even if you have to go back and restructure them later on, that's fine. But I definitely want you to pull your own and to not just, take mine because they might apply to you, because they might. You can add mine to yours. But I definitely want you to challenge yourself to see yourself, look in the mirror a little bit energetically, and really come to who you are and what you need and what you're building right now. So that being said, I'm going to get going. I think I'm going to write like maybe 30 or so affirmations. We'll see. How many lines do I have? have 31 lines. So I might just do this page, and if that feels conclusive, I'll stop there. But if not, I'll keep going to the next page. But have fun, enjoy, and write in the language you speak. Don't try to be all proper, like, oh, I am, like, write in something that you could believe as you're saying it back to yourself, that sounds like you, that when you listen to it, it feels like you, doesn't feel like you being an imposter or you wearing a mask or you trying to be performative. So hey, if you talk with extra energy and extra swag and lingo, write it like that, write in the language you speak, that when you read it back to yourself, you can feel it. You can feel the energy, because the energy is what's important anyway, like I said. So if it doesn't sound like you and you're reading it like, oh, I am a great person, I am a terrific being, like, if that's not how you talk, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna talk to you the way it needs to. So speak like you, talk like you. And if you're writing, you can't hear it in your voice, then change it and make it your voice. But just make sure you keep it present and you focus on what you are and what you want. Eliminate what you don't want. And if you only things that are coming to mind are things that you don't want, think about what the opposite of that stuff is. Like we were talking about I'm not afraid of failure. It's like, okay, what's the opposite of that? What's the positive? Okay, if you're not afraid of failure, what are you? That's how you get to that answer. Okay, if I'm not this, what am I? Oh, okay, if I'm not afraid of failure, I am confident that I will succeed. Or not even will, because it's present. I am confident that I'm succeeding, or I'm confident that my success is guaranteed. Those type of things, like I said before. But that's enough. I'm done talking. I trust y'all. And yeah, I'm still recovering over-explainer. So, all right, let's get it. You're distracting me. I love you, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay. Ooh, this energy is charged. Make sure y'all feel into it however you can. Yeah, this is so good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And thank y'all for helping me curate the space that leads me to doing things like this, Because without y'all, I don't know if I'd be sitting here doing this. So thank you, and I love you. Feel free to add intentions in there as well. They don't have to just be affirmations. Like intentions could be like things you're trying to manifest. Like, because what made me think about that is that I was just writing that I was gonna write something about I am living in a home that feels something about a home. So that's more of an intention than affirmation, an intention of manifestation. So it's like I'm living in a home that rejuvenates me, or something like that is what I'm gonna write. So that made me think of like, oh yeah, don't limit it to just affirmations. If things that you're calling in and things that you're grounding in or come to mind, then feel free to write those too. Just keep them present tense. Focus on what you want, not what you don't. I forgot what I was just about to write. almost done on the last 4 lines, and now I'm starting to think. So it's definitely coming to a conclusion. I'm done for now. I'm gonna share, but if you're not done, keep going. Don't just start listening. But that being said, I wrote, I am perfect just the way I am. I am love embodied. I am one with the universe. I love myself unconditionally. I am amazing in every way. I am confident in my ability to heal myself. I am brave enough to be vulnerable. I am enough. I am safe. I am proud of myself. I am financially free and abundant. I am living in a home that feels like my sanctuary. I am living a life that fills me with love and gratitude. I am the greatest. I am surrounded by love that feels true and deep. I am the best me that I've ever been. I am worthy of love, prosperity, and support. Freedom is my birthright. Peace is my natural state. My creations are perfect because I made them. I am an embodiment of divine grace. I am the perfect balance of divine feminine and masculine energies. I am the change. I am free. My existence is revolutionary. I am grateful to be exactly who I am. I am ready. I am my highest self. I am strong. I am wise. I am a visionary. Yeah, that's all of them so far. I was thinking of one with my name, but I don't know, right after that it felt like that was limiting. Like yeah, I am Mark Amani Pierre, but I'm also way more than that, you know. But I guess that could be said about any of them, so I might do it. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I am Mark Amani Pierre. Hell yeah. So yeah, y'all. Those are my affirmations. I'm gonna leave y'all there before this cuts out. You know, I don't. Well, it may not. I don't even know. But yeah. So those are mine. Definitely. If you feel called to share any of yours, definitely feel free to. But don't feel like you have to. You could definitely keep them to yourself. But yeah, I'm proud of you for even being here, for making it this far, and for doing this exercise. And understand that it's a very big shift. And especially if you're doing the recordings after and all that, and you plan to listen to them every day as you should. Hey, a couple of times a day to start, end your day, in the middle of your day as you start to feel disconnected from your path or yourself. Hey, whatever works. Trust that you're gonna see shifts happen for sure. And they've already happened as you've embarked on this journey and decide to do it. Understand that that is the shift, and everything after that is just the reflections of the shit that you made. So yeah, that being said, I love you, and make sure you take your time with saying them. Don't rush through them. Don't. I am perfect just the way I am. I am like really say them. I am perfect just the way I am. I am love and body. Like, if you're a fella, hey, do it like you're trying to get your girl back and she on the phone. You're trying to tell her like, yo, I love you. Like, you're everything to me, baby. Like, like really deliver, really feel into it, and really make sure you're felt. Even though it's gonna be you who is on the other end who's feeling it, but make sure you're felt by yourself. That you feel it, and whatever you have to do to make it that way, do it. Like, I really stress the importance of it, because if you're gonna do it right. And if you're a lady, hey, ladies mess up too. Do it like you're trying to get your man back. Like, I am love embodied. Like, like really deliver it. So I love y'all, and I'm excited. Definitely let me know your experience with this. And hey, after a couple of days of doing it, after 30 days of doing it every day, come back and let me know the difference it made in your life, and how you went from waiting and becoming to being, through this process and through your own processes. So I love you. This has been Amani, and this has been Mark, aka War Peace Rock. I love you so much, man. And yeah, welcome to day one of your new life. And man, I'm just excited. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Keep being the God that you are, and keep embodying God the way that you do, and keep being, and not even the God that you are, keep being God. Keep being God, because you are God and God is you, especially when you're fully embodied and you know yourself as to be such. There is no separation. Oneness is the truth. So I love you. Have a great rest of your day on purpose. Have a great week on purpose. And hey, if this is the last time I'll be seeing you, and the only time I'll be seeing you, have a great rest of your life on purpose, because you always have a choice. And yeah, it's your world. So act like it. I love you. Be safe. Peace out. And just for you. I'll see you soon, man. Bye-bye.